Hi guys, it's Andy Lehman again. I've had a bit of a break from making the videos due to being busy and other things. As you can probably see, the office is getting slightly less and less furniture because we're basically in the process of moving house and moving away, so sort of dwindling things down. So I've not got around to doing a video for a while, but today I'm going to do a video, and today I'm going to focus on, it isn't an extract from the Life Bible, but if you go to the link above my head, go to the website, get yourself a free physical copy of my book, The Life Bible. We send it anywhere in the world, you just pay for shipping, but get yourself a free copy of that. But today's sort of Life Bible extract isn't actually a Life Bible extract. As you probably know, I am big on email marketing, and I write emails for people and for myself. Emails make a lot of money. Emails can give you a freedom business. I like email marketing because you can do it from anywhere in the world at any time, and you can basically do it from a mobile phone once you've got the system set up. So today I just want to talk about something that I did over the last couple of days, and that was I removed a couple of people from my email list. If you haven't got an email list, one of the things that I believe that you should try and get yourself in 2022 is to build an email list. There's a lot of people who are doing something similar with social media, getting themselves large followings on Instagram and Twitter or Facebook. That kind of thing is just as good. But if you can get those onto an email list, even better, but that's basically the same thing. You have a large number of people. Now, especially with social media, when people are being like troll-like, you want to get rid of them. And it's the same with email marketing. So this week I managed to get rid of a couple of people off my email list. And there's a couple of reasons why I did that. And that is because at the end of the day, you've got to remember is that your email list is your email list. You've set it up, basically, it's part of your business. You've set it up for you. You've set it up to make money, and it is your business. It's something that you're doing for yourself. And so anybody on your email list have come to you, they've been attracted to your email list through the products that you're promoting or what you've been giving away. Basically, this is something that you've done, and they've exchanged their email to learn more. And so those people on your email list, you feel that you cherish them, you want to sort of look after them, you want to nurture a relationship with them. But at the same time, if any of them are being a bit of a pain, you don't want them. You need to cut them out and get them off your email list. Now, there's a reason why. When I used to work as a carpenter, when I was a joiner in the past, and I went to people's homes to assess work that they wanted me to do, I would go and measure up and want to give them a price. I would also assess them. It was called damage limitation, because sometimes you just knew who was going to ask you to do the work, and then while you're doing the work, they'd ask you to do some extras. And you knew that when you finished, because you haven't given them an official price, they were going to try and screw you down on the price, or they would try and avoid paying the extras, or even not pay right away, or even not pay. You just sort of knew that there was going to be some people. And so basically you go to the job, assess how good they were themselves, and if you didn't want the job, you'd basically just not, you'd tell them that you were busy or give them a high price to make the risk lesser, or but basically give them a high price so they didn't come to you elsewhere. And if you ever worked for somebody and they were very late paying and they didn't have any valid reasons and they were just being a bit of a whatever, you just knew you were never going to work for them again. It's the same with email marketing. If you have an email list, and one of the best things you can do with an email is always get people to reply or respond to the emails that you send out. And if they do, you want to read how they read how they write those emails, and then you can determine whether they're going to be a good fit for you, because you want to be right for them and they want to be right for you, but you don't want those people causing you much grief. Remember, the email list is for you, not for them, it's for you. They may want your products, they may want your freebies, they may want your knowledge, but if they're going to be basically a dick about things, then you get rid of them. And recently I got rid of a couple of people. Now there's a couple of reasons why. Now, first of all, I sold an ebook. It was a cheap ebook at $2.99. This is what I call a throwaway price. It's a bliss price. It's one of them prices where people can afford to spend something, and if it's not quite up to what they're expected, if it's not to their expectation, their standard, they haven't lost a lot of money. Most people ain't going to worry about it. It's a throwaway price. But I also use it as a qualifying price, because if you get somebody who requests a refund on something that's sort of less than £5, $5, then you know pretty much that they are going to be asking for refunds in the future. Now, if it was more of an expensive product, if their first purchase was an expensive product, say sort of £97, $97 or even 47, somewhere like that, then I would give them the refund, happily give them the refund, and not kick them off the email list, because you know that it's still quite a bit of money for people, and the product might not have been right for them. But a $2.99 ebook is, there's always going to be more worth in a crappy ebook than the actual price. So basically what I was selling had plenty of worth. It was worth more than what I was charging. The person bought it, downloaded it, it's now on his computer, if he hasn't deleted it, but he's still got access to that ebook and still asked for a refund. At $2.99, that tells me that he is not really valuing his own future, and he certainly doesn't value my time or my product. And so I know for well that if I now send him another product and say that's £49 or £97, I know for well that he's very much likely to ask for a refund. I would say that he is going to be a digital thief. Simple as that. They buy something, they download it, ask for a refund, and they'll do it again. They are serial refunders, and you can often tell that by what they ask for a refund for. And like I say, if at $2.99, if that is something that he wants a refund for, then you know that's going to be problems down the line. So I took him off the list because I don't want those problems. And that's not being unfair. Some people may think that he might have money problems and that he needs to make every penny count. And so, you know, the ebook wasn't for him, and so he's taken up on the refund, the guarantee that I offered, which was I'll give you a 30-day money back guarantee. That's what we give them. It takes the risk out of their hands. But he bought the product and he asked for $2.99. For me, that basically says more about them than the actual ebook. And I believe that in the future they will buy stuff and ask for a refund again. Because if you can't afford $2.99, and see, this is the other point. If they can't afford $2.99, then they're not likely to afford £49 or £97, and they certainly aren't going to afford to buy it and then not ask for a refund. So now this isn't about being unscrupulous and not giving people refunds. I happily give people refunds, and I gave him the refund without any questions. It's just that you've just got to be aware that even though we live in a world where, I don't know, well, statistically, let's say 75% people are good, you've got 25% who are basically dicks. You know, we know that there are people who steal stuff. We know people that there are cheat, and they try and, you know, sort of fight the system, do whatever it is. They'll try and get everything for nothing. And there'll always be a small amount of people on your email list that'll do that. And if you can try and find out who they are, then get rid of them. You're not going to get rid of them by looking at the names on the email list itself, because they're just a representation of the people, and that's what you need to remember. They are a representation of real people, and so you need to know that some of them are going to try and take your products for free, or they're going to cause you unnecessary grief. Get them off as soon as you can. There's no shame in it. Don't be afraid to do it. It's your email list, and it's what you have to do. You have to get rid of people. You need to weed them out. And so one of the good things is to basically every now and again sell a cheap product and email people with questions, and you'll get to understand. The other person I got rid of was someone who he had sent a couple of emails. One was through my email list, and one was for an email list I was managing for a company. And he was moaning and groaning about certain things. Now, as an email marketer, you need to write good emails. You need to get as much as your English spelling and grammar as possible, but at the same time, you don't need to obsess and worry about it. You need to get your email out there as quick as possible. If you can get 5 or 6 emails out to your email list, or this is articles on websites, and there are a few spelling errors in there, don't worry about them. They'll do more for your business than the email or the article which hasn't been published or hasn't been sent out, because you're proofreading it for the umpteenth time, trying to make sure that it's perfect. A perfect email will probably be read by people. They might not even notice it was perfect. You might get 1 or 2 people who might see the odd spelling error, but you need to get those emails out as soon as possible. Obviously, you don't write crap. You want to make sure that it's a decent email and it's a decent article. You need to get it out there in front of people. I would rather have 4, 5, 10 emails, articles being seen by, say, 1,000 people each, than trying to get one perfect email article out there seen by 1,000 people. You see what I mean? So 1 or 2 spelling errors isn't going to be a mistake. Now, this gentleman had sent in an email a couple of times talking about obvious emails. Now, the emails that I wrote are long. They are huge. So we are probably looking at the errors, spelling errors. We're probably looking at sort of, it was probably 99% correct, and there might just be a very small one error here or one error there, nothing major, nothing I'm going to worry about. And he was sending in emails complaining about the style of the writing. And if you don't like it, go. It's the content that is important. The content really matters. And so he was sending in these emails, and then the other day he sent another one in saying this email read like somebody else's. And I thought, but you've got to remember, it's your email list. The people on my list don't know what other people are sending, unless of course they're on both lists. I don't know what list these people are on particularly, but I had an email which covered a similar topic to something else. Now I know what that topic was because it was for a company that I work for, and I was heavily involved in that email. I just rewrote it and made a version for myself for my own list. It's a different list altogether. And so this person had sent in this email. He had previously moaned about some of the odd spelling errors and other things, and I thought, do you know what, you are actually going to be a pain in the arse. So I removed him. And I did that because I was wasting more time sort of replying to him and having to discuss. Well, I didn't actually have to reply. I could ignore him, but it's not necessarily good practice. I did sort of send a reply email and be friendly about certain things and sort of give him a few pointers. But I got rid of him because at the end of the day, this could be something that could go on for days, weeks, months. And it was all in negative. It was written negative. So if he had been approaching me from a different manner, then I would probably kept him on there. You have got to figure out whether someone's actually being genuinely constructive and helping you, because there's nothing wrong with constructive criticism, there's nothing wrong with helping people or pointing out a few things, but it's how they say it. And if they're basically the equivalent of a social media troll, get rid of them. You don't want them on the list. Your time is valuable, your products are valuable, what you write is valuable. And you don't need people constantly telling you there's this wrong or that wrong, especially when you've probably got hundreds of other people who haven't written in and haven't said anything, because basically you've got 100 odd or several hundred people who is reading them and probably clicking through and buying products or going to the website to read certain articles you pointed them to or enjoying the information. Like, they're probably taking these nuggets of gold that you've got in your email, they're probably reading through and you're thinking that's really good. Then you've got that one person who's going through and going, I'd say you've got your apostrophe in the wrong place there. Because the other thing when it comes to writing emails is that when you've written something, it's in your head, so you know what you've written before you read it. We also scan read, and sometimes when you proofread, you're scanning things. You get like it's like an equivalent of snow blindness. It's like a word blindness. Sometimes you're predicting what you've already written, or you're remembering what you've written. Sometimes you actually do miss spelling errors, which you would have corrected. It's not like you don't know certain grammatical sort of symbols, or you don't know the structures or the laws or the rules. You probably write and you write fast, and then you go through, and sometimes you just miss them. But they aren't biggies. They're not deal breakers. One or two mistakes actually show that you are a human and that you are a person who's writing the email to the people. You're not actually some artificial AI technology writing these emails. You are putting in their personality. You are putting in you. And so there's always going to be a spelling error. You can read one of the biggest, thickest books by some of the best authors that's probably been proofread and edited by God knows how many people, and you probably will still find a spelling error or an error that's been overlooked by several people. It happens. And so when someone is constantly badgering you through social media, through email because of this and the other, just get rid of them. You don't need them. This is your email list, it's your business, it's your social media, it's not theirs. You don't need them. Just get rid of them, because it's going to cause a negative sort of, even if you're strong, thick-skinned, if it doesn't cause any sort of negative things in your mind, if it doesn't make you feel down, if it doesn't make you feel negative, it's still going to be a pain in the arse, and it's still going to take your time. So get rid of them. So if you are going to build an email list, and I believe that you should in 2022, it's probably one of the most important things that you can do. If you have an email list, then you are in a position where you can send emails to people regularly and promote products that are either yours or the people's, and you can make money from anywhere in the world using a tablet, a laptop, even a smartphone. You can do this from anywhere. It is a brilliant business, email marketing. I love it. So it's your business, and you need to get rid of people. You really do need to sort of get rid of all the dodgy time wasters, and you want to build a list of decent people and nurture them. So don't be afraid to get rid of people. It's your email list, it's your business. Okay. If you don't know much about email marketing, head over to the website freedomskillsacademy.com. You will find that we have a course on there called Email Freedom, which will show you everything that you need to know about creating and building your own email business. It's a freedom business which you can take anywhere in the world. You can get that over at Freedom Skills Academy. So I'm going to bring this video to a close now. I'm just going to say once again, thanks for watching. If you go over to the website, there is the link above. You can get yourself a free copy of the Life Bible. That is a real physical book. We're sending that out. You just pay postage. I think I might put the link at the bottom here. If you go to the website, you will find that there is the Email Freedom product there as well. So thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Andy Lehman, and I shall speak to you again in another video. Goodbye.